There is a turmoil, a dispute that has erupted over the estate of late banking executive Herbert WIGWE. Herbert WIGWE passed away in a tragic accident in the United States of America. He was the former group managing director of Access Holdings. Now, a contentious legal battle has emerged over the execution of his will. WIGWE passed away, like I said, in an accident. In fact, an helicopter crash in the United States on February 9th, 2024. Now, a lot of issues came up, such as the church that he attended, RCCG, the branch, pastor and wife. They executed this flamboyant birthday. They even brought in a singer. They are called secular musicians. Flavor. The guy is known to whine, waste, and sing about women. So he came to serenade the wife of the pastor. The choirs of that church were not good enough. Neither were gospel singers good enough. They decided to give unto Caesar what belongs unto Caesar. After all, church can be business. And moreover, the Bible says, work your own salvation. Maybe they are still working theirs. Don't judge. Don't judge. Don't judge. You know, I'm sure you are used to hearing this. So, that being said, WIGWE is tight. Exactly how the CEO of the church said. That's a Daddy Gio. WIGWE is tight. Like the billionaires, handful of them in RCCG, is very hefty. So, it is not only church that moved on, and not only church that felt sad that WIGWE is no longer going to give them hefty tithe because he's no longer alive. Maybe in WIGWE's will, which is what we are going to talk about now, maybe in that will, a certain portion has been marked to go to RCCG. Because right now, WIGWE left behind a complex family dynamic that is now coming to light. Reports indicate that WIGWE's parents have filed a caveat at the probate registry. This is serious. This is serious. Well, the probate registry definitely cannot say no. They have to accept this, seeking to challenge the distribution of his estate as outlined in his will. So there is a will. The caveat was reportedly filed under the direction of Pastor Shingu WIGWE, Herbert's father, and supported by an affidavit from Christian Chukwuka WIGWE, who is said to be Herbert's cousin. Now, this legal maneuver aims to stop or alter, rather, let us use the word alter, the directives set forth by the deceased regarding the administration of his estate. The father of Herbert is requesting for 20% of his estate allocated to him and other family members. Now, this move contradicts what is written on the will. I don't blame WIGWE. WIGWE was not expecting to pass away and then have his estate shared to his father and mother. Obviously, he was hoping to live long. It would be stupid of him to have included his father and mother, and it would be more stupid of him to have included cousins or brothers. No. Such move will bring about certain dangers, such as his brothers, cousin, they might plot to RIP him. Well, it is what it is. The will stipulates that his wealth be distributed solely among his children. WIGWE passed away with his wife and his first son. From what I know, you might prove me otherwise, or you might know better. What I know is that WIGWE has 4 children. That is what I know. I don't know if WIGWE has other children that I do not know of. What I know is that he has 4 children. 4 children. That's what I know. WIGWE passed away alongside his first son, wife, and the remaining kids, the remaining children, they are not yet that old enough, but their father is a banker. Money can be put in trust. There are ways, and I think his first daughter, if I'm correct, she has a good head on her shoulder, so she knows how to go about certain things. Yes, but she's still young. She's still young. She will need a lot of advice on how to go about life. And, children of such rich man will have a lot of guys that are targeting them. So they can be vulnerable. Even the younger children, they are very vulnerable, very vulnerable. They are still young. They are not yet old enough. So father is asking for 20%. 20% might appear little because we don't know the totality of the will. We don't know if certain amount is going for this and that. It could be that those children will be having, let's say, 60%. 20, daddy is requesting. 30, probably going for charity, going to church, going to this. Who knows? I don't really know. I don't know. Now, since the demise of Dr. WIGWE, social media has become a battleground for diverse opinions, conflicting narratives about the family dynamics. People are like, wow. So they have jumped from mourning to entitlement. Talking about entitlement, this brings us into the part of the role of men in the lives of their children. I think men have been underrated and unappreciated or underappreciated. Yes, this is what happened. This is the drama that happened after the demise of Mohbad. Now look at Mohbad. What does Mohbad have? Nothing. Mohbad was an upcoming. How much does he have? Maybe Mohbad can boast of some little millions in his account. Maybe Mohbad was hoping that his record label would pay this and pay that. But Mohbad got much more after his demise. It skyrocketed. Yeah, it did skyrocket. It skyrocketed beyond the expectation of his record label. Also, talk about reality. Now, Mohbad's father did not say, give me 10%, 20% of my son's estate. No. The only thing he said is, this wicked family of Wunmi, they have done a lot of terrible things. They had even used juju to manipulate my son. I have to beg for my son to give me money. Do you know I've never received $500,000? Why did he mention $500,000? Even though it was not the right time for him to say, but he had to say it because of what was being peddled around. People had looked at him and said, so this is the father of Mohbad. Look at how wretched you look. They didn't see that, sign of, but Mohbad was just trying to gather himself up. But that does not mean Mohbad could not have beautified his father to a point. He knows best. And of course, family issue, mother's influence. So, the part of men being underrated is a bad thing. People say nothing. When Mohbad's mother came out talking, my son wanted to give me money. My son wanted to give me money. People appreciated it. They applauded it. They encouraged it. Why? Because our society is all about women. So when women commit crime or do evil, they don't see them as suspect or guilty. They even reposition them as witness, and it's not just it's not just an African thing. There is a case happening in the US. They didn't look at the direction of that woman that much. Of course, husband, wife, family members, associates are the first they look at whenever a murder or something happens. But this woman was able to pretend and act like she's the one reporting what has happened, whereas she's the one that did it. It's just like the case of Wunmi. So we need to live in a balanced society now. We need to re-educate ourselves. Men and women, they are equal. They might not have same duty to fulfill on earth as mortal, but we are equal. If you think a woman is weak, you will see yourself 6 feet. If you think that a woman is weak, oh, who is a woman? Then you will realize that a woman is a human being with a brain. Just look at your classroom. Are you saying that because you're a man, your IQ is higher than those girls in your class? Haven't you seen girls who are more intelligent than you? So what now makes you think as a man that you are a super whatever? Anyway, the reason I brought that in is because Mohbad's father has requested. And now on social media, people are talking about entitlement. We are talking of father of WIGWE. We don't know, maybe he also went to loan money, like Mohbad's father loaned money to send WIGWE to the US or something. Or maybe the rest of WIGWE's sibling had looked at daddy and said, "Daddy, you're a bad man, only WIGWE." And the man is like, "I know why I'm investing on WIGWE. WIGWE is what they call generational wealth. WIGWE is the one that will turn the story of this family around. WIGWE is the promised child. Every family has it. One promised child that will turn things around, like Mohbad was going to turn the story of their family around. So daddy must have invested, who knows, on WIGWE. Now that is asking for 20%. Like, let us rearrange this will. It is not supposed to be. I didn't pray that my son was going to go, but it's gone. We have to rearrange this will. People are now talking about, oh, this family, they have stopped mourning. They are now coming to this entitlement realm. So they are saying, what is the motivation of these people? It is greed. Why? Because father is talking. What if it was WIGWE's mother that was talking? Then they will applaud and say, "Oh, mother, she has suffered over WIGWE." And it could be that she is just, now I'm using that word carefully, just housewife. I'm not saying some housewives are not adding value. Don't get me wrong. It could be that this man has worked 3 jobs, broken his body. He might be going through some health condition that has to do with overstretching himself to put food on the table and take care of his kids, tuition and all of that. And now they say self-entitlement. So these reports have highlighted troubling incidents within the family, including a 3-month detention of WIGWE's brother called Emeka at Panti police station. Their father actually had him arrested because of the dispute he had with one of his siblings. This came from heated arguments over family matters connected to money, WIGWE, and all that. Now, what are your thoughts about this? Because we are all watching to see how this legal proceeding will unfold. It remains to be seen how this dispute will impact the legacy of HERBERT, WIGWE, the surviving children, and the family in total. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments. See you guys in the next update.